What is poppin', Jigadon family? I done had my third baby. The last vlog y'all seen, I look crazy. I look crazy right now, but don't worry, I'm gonna get all that together. I am officially 1 week postpartum. My baby is 8 days old. You guys are getting this vlog really late only because it was a lot that we went through. Kaden had to be admitted into the NICU. Blood transfusion, like it was a lot. I was fighting postpartum depression. It was bad, y'all. And y'all know y'all my family, so I'm gonna tell y'all from the beginning. So my labor and delivery story. Went to the hospital, boom. Okay, sorry. Started feeling the contractions. Been having contractions for about a week now. They got closer. I couldn't take it anymore. So I went to the hospital. Now when I went to the hospital, you know, they send you to, come on, Papa. They send you to the labor and delivery triage. So I went there. First of all, the nurses that were there that night were very rude. They were talking about a Jamaica trip. Not once did they acknowledge me or nothing like that. So when the nurse finally came in the room, I basically checked her about it. I was like, I feel like you guys were very rude. I walked in, you guys did not acknowledge me or anything else like that. And this is my first time actually experiencing bad, you know, bedside manner. Because I've never had a problem like going there. That's not my first time going to the labor and delivery triage. I mean, I went there 2 other times with 2 other staffs, and I was greeted. Hi, mommy, how you doing? How's your pain level? What brings you in? When was your last doctor's appointment? They ain't do none of that. The nurse that I did have in triage told me, oh, sorry you feel that way. So I had to turn to David and I was like, did she say sorry that I feel that way? Like, she ain't say sorry for not acknowledging me, but sorry I feel that. I said, what you mean sorry I feel that way? You're the reason why I feel that way. Like, you can't say sorry I feel that way. Like, BITCH, don't play with me. That's how I felt. But okay, skip forward to, they offered me basically a shot. And the shot was supposed to stop the contractions. So at first, I've never heard of this shot. This is my 3rd baby. You know, like, I'm like, no. So the nurse basically tried to convince me. And I turned to David. I'm like, do you think I should get it? He was like, go ahead, babe. If it's going to take you out of pain, go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Took the shot. The shot is in your thigh. I'm thinking, okay. And I asked her before she, you know, injected me, how fast does this work? She told me immediately. I swear to God, it's like the contractions got closer. So now she was like, oh, I need to give you another dose. I can give you up to 5 doses. You done lost your mind if you think I'm having contractions and then I'm about to let you poke me 5 different times for a drug that I never heard of, and I've been working pharmacy for 8 years, and you about to poke. Save it. We tried the first time, it ain't work, leave it as it is. She was like, oh, it takes up to, you know, 5 doses. This is what the doctor says, that is and that, blah, 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 blah. I said no. So she's like, oh, okay, I'll tell the doctor. She went to tell the doctor. After she told the doctor basically, she came back, she was like, oh, the doctor doesn't feel comfortable sending you home, so we're gonna admit you for observation. So I'm like, all right, cool. I know my body. I know I was in active labor. Went up to the room, and you know, I was having contractions like throughout the whole night. It was 5 o'clock when I finally got in the room, and basically throughout the day, the contractions were getting worse. So now a nurse came in. She offered me a drug named Nubian. She was like, oh, this is pain relief. It's gonna help you. I said, okay, cool. Man, when I tell y'all I had an out-of-body experience, I don't know what, man, listen. Them drugs ain't for me. It ain't for me. I was crying. I didn't know my name. I was delusional. Okay? And that was not for me. Long story short, I finally was able to get some sleep. I finally went to sleep for about, oh, good job, Papa. For about an hour or two. And when I went to, okay, Papa. When I finally went to sleep, I woke back up and the doctor was like, came in. Well, the nurse came in and she was like, oh, your contractions went from 5 minutes apart to 7 minutes apart. I was like, okay. She was like, oh, so the doctor is thinking about sending you home so you can labor at home. And I told the nurse, I'm like, listen, first of all, run it through my doctor. Number two, I'm telling you I know my body. I'm telling you I know I'm in labor. She was like, oh, well, mama, according to, but yeah, so now, I'm like, I know my body. I know I'm in labor. Call my doctor, run it by my doctor. Oh, he's not on call this weekend. Someone else is on call. Cool. I was like, call whoever. Luckily for me, it was a black midwife that was on call from my doctor's office. And shouts out to the black physicians. And she was a woman. So she came and she was like, oh, there's nothing I can really do to help you with your labor. We're just telling you in 5 minutes to 7 minutes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, I know my body. I know I'm in labor. She was like, well, I'm pretty sure you do, but there's nothing that I could really do besides hold you for observations. I said, okay. Literally 15 minutes later, after that lady walked out the room, my water broke. When my water broke, that experience felt so great. Like, it was just like a rush that just comes out of you. Like, it feels like you peed. Like, your body it just is like a balloon, I guess, that I can say. Like, I don't know how to describe, but my water broke. So I'm like, oh snap, my water broke. So I called the nurse. I was like, I think my water broke. She came, she checked it. She was like, yeah, that's your water. The contractions came worse after that. Like, they was really bad. They was kicking my ass. Like, I thought I was gonna thug it out. Kicking my ass. Doctor came in. She was like, oh yeah, you really do know your body. I'm on call. You're now 4 centimeters. Blah, blah, blah. This and that. Okay, went through labor. Got the epidural. The person that gave me the epidural kissed my ass. The bitch tried it 3 times, and it was like, why is it taking an hour for you to give me an epidural, bitch? This is my 3rd time. You talking about the space in my back is too close. Whatever the fuck she said. Whatever. Then it was around 1 o'clock in the morning. Contractions. The epidural wore off. Contractions started beating my ass again. And, I basically was at 8 centimeters. I went from 8 centimeters to 10 centimeters in 10 minutes. Literally. And I sat here and I felt his head coming out. I told the nurse, I'm like, his head is coming out. It's not me. I'm not doing anything, but his head is coming out. She was like, Mommy, are you sure? I was like, yeah. She was like, don't push. I'm like, I'm not pushing. Caden literally picked his own birthday, came out by himself. Then people kept telling me, no, I'm not in labor. I'm not this, I'm not that. Let me tell y'all something. You know your body better than anybody else. You know what you're feeling. Be an advocate for yourself. First time mommies, I know you don't know what to expect, but baby, whatever your body is telling you, that's what it is. Don't let nobody play with you. Okay? I'm a seasoned mommy at this point. At this point, I got kids. Okay? With an S. And yeah, don't let them play with you. That was a crazy, crazy experience to me. After he did come out, about 2-3 hours later, he was admitted to the NICU. His bilirubin was really high. His jaundice was skyrocket. He had to do the light. he was on the light for, I would say, 3.5, 4 days. Then his blood count was really, really low. He had to do a blood transfusion because he was very pale. Stayed there for observation. Finally got discharged. Finally came home with me, and he's been the best baby ever since. The only time you really hear him is when he has gas or when he needs that bottle. I'm so blessed. God, like, you guys need to put God first in everything. For real. When I was having them contractions, I was like, God, I don't know how long this is going to take. It felt like forever. And it's like a voice came in my head and said, you're doing this for your kids. You're going to have a healthy baby. Thug it out. And I just felt like God was there every step of the way. Because every time they would tell me no, God gave me another sign in my body. Like, yes. Like, whenever somebody's telling you no, I promise you, if it's supposed to be a yes, God will give you a sign that it's yes. I have been so in tune with God for so long that throughout the stay, the NICU stay that Caden had, I literally was almost gonna give up, and then I had to check myself and tell myself, like, yo, you about to get sad for what? You're about to stress for what? And I literally said a prayer, and I remember in my prayer I said, God, I give this to you. I ask you to bless me with the spirit of peace and calmness, and I give this to you. Like, this is all you. I'm not doubting you. Whatever happens, God, I just pray that you prepare me for it. You give me the strength. I mean, I know I'm gonna have sleepless nights because I gotta clearly feed every 2 to 3 hours. God, when it's time for him to come home, I know he's coming home healthy. I don't want no readmissions, no anything. God, I give this to you. And I promise you, no matter how big of a problem that you have, once you say, God, I give it to you, and you believe in that, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I promise you ain't got nothing to worry about. Something too big for you, God, I give it to you, because guess what? Ain't nothing too big for God. Something little, guess what? Same way you'll call your homegirls, your homeboys. God, this and that happened. I know it seems small, but I need help because I don't know what to do. Or God, I done stepped back after I took a million steps forward. Forgive me, God, and discipline me. You know, like, talk to him, and I promise you, you gonna get where you need to be. I'm not showing Caden just yet. I ain't showing Caden till we on the show a foot of her baby, cause that's just how I feel. I feel like, why not? But no, guys, bless you. We'll have a photo shoot, and that's when we will post up baby Caden. We will make sure that you're healthy. Yes, he is so, when I say he is so precious, guys, I am in love again. I am obsessed. Khalil, on the other hand, he don't pay me no mind no more. Like, he'll come, he look, I'll be like, give me a kiss, he'll give me a kiss, give me a hug, and he go about his business like he think he a big boy now. I guess he was only a baby before the baby came, and then now he just feel like he a big boy, but whatever. I will be back because Caden has an appointment tomorrow, so we might as well make it one vlog. See you guys.